Are they on a ranch?
Yeah, they have a ranch.
Oh, that'd
Oh,
be nice.
I tell you what, Gary, that part of Texas, it's just not as pretty as here. The trees don't go as tall. It's sort of sandy, shaly type soil. They got stuff out there they call rivers. They don't have any water. When it rains, they're full.
And flood.
Yeah, and flood. We were going up Stephenville one time. I said, Chris, we have crossed 3 rivers. There's not a drop of water in any of them. He said, when it rains, Daddy, they're full.
Good, man.
Hey, Alan. Yeah. I just went and put my old pants on and here you are. Well, I figured nobody could see my legs. You need that shiny pants. Your legs are probably prettier than my skinny legs. Yeah. Oh, and well, good. It's all right. That's good. I'm sure it's right. Not the sun. Your daughter all settled? Your daughter all settled in Raleigh now?
No, she's I walk in the house and she's like on a Zoom call or this, that, but she's working from the house until they open up their office.
Oh, okay.
But she's gonna probably move into an apartment sooner than later, and then when they do say go, she'll be ready.
You're back up to that?
No, but guess who's in town?
We got
Who?
Our son from Charlotte. That's the hired gun.
Good.
Yeah, I was thinking, Henry Wilder for the job.
Hey, is that our sign? COVID restrictions, whatever.
Yes, sir. We put them up this afternoon,
Okay,
this morning.
this morning, yeah, it's kind of, well, yeah.
Hi, Alex. Good morning.
Good deal. Alex, know that.
Hi. It is on, but not broadcasting. So it's recording. Turn it off.
Yeah, come over here.
Okay.
Greetings, Tim.
Well, greetings. Hey, Twinkle Toes. We're not on the air yet, are we? Calling Twinkle Toes to see. Wrote that thing about the mask for the Montreat Minute. And he says, how do you like the way I handled the mask situation? I said, you danced around it beautifully. He texted me back and just called me Twinkle.
It works.
Yeah.
Our jobs as commissioners are to diffuse them.
Yes.
Right.
Well, real funny. Other than Mike Sonnenberg, the 3 of we got criticism from mayor, 2 former councilmen. Never ceases to amaze me. They didn't want to stay, do the work. Go to the sideline and put stuff. So, yeah. Wonder how much we spent on the town hall lawsuits. You might remember.
I have those numbers somewhere. I have those numbers somewhere, but not in my memory.
Oh, and how much, did you look, did anybody figure out over the last, what is it, 8 years since we got a tax increase? What was the cumulative cost of living over those years?
Well, that's what Alex had asked. And it would be 45%.
It was
So-
0.489, but I think that was from 2014. I was very sure. I have to go refigure for 2013. But it was 0.4589, so almost close.
So for the Monterey Minute today, I'm reversing that.
Good morning, Darlene. Can you hear us?
The 41 cents is actually worth 37 cents today.
Kitty, go to them today. Anybody know?
She told me she was.
As long as you told her that it was in the.
I did.
Okay.
Did we put a sign up? I did tell her.
I got one for you. Start the meeting with pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wow. In. All right. Commissioners, you had a chance to look at the agenda. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda? Have a motion from Commissioner Goodman. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Is that Jane? Oh, Alice. From Alice. Discussion. All those in favor of adopting the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carry. Under new business, a vote to allow virtual meeting participation, which
We
could
don't.
possibly be Kitty if she's.
She's not on.
I just texted her. She thought the meeting was at 1:30, so I suggested she join us.
Okay. Do we have a motion then, if Kitty joins us, to allow virtual participation by commissioners?
I so moved.
Have a motion, do we have a second? Have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Ayes carry. Budget amendment number 10, Alex.
So the budget amendment number 10, excuse me, is for $81,639.91. It is a budget amendment, not a new appropriation. So this is moving funds from various departments in the general fund for the current operating year to the capital project fund for the Public Works building. The amendment is in front of you all, and we're happy to try to answer any questions you might have.
I suppose you've discussed this with Alex over the last couple of weeks. Do we have any questions or comments? If not, I'll take a motion to adopt budget amendment number 10.
I move to approve budget amendment number 10 as presented.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion from Ken, second from Jane. Been right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carry. All right. Awarding of auditor's bids.
Yes, sir. We had, as you recall, excuse me, an RFP for a new auditor. We had the same auditor for a number of years. I believe we had the same auditor for 9 years. We went out for an RFP. The audit committee helped to design and set the parameters for the RFP. And the audit committee has reviewed, we had 2 responses, and the audit committee has reviewed the 2 responses and is recommending Carter PA, which is a local firm in Asheville. that has experience working with Montreat about 20 years ago, or a little less than 20 years ago. So they had extremely high references, and they were very knowledgeable when we interviewed them on the phone. Staff interviewed them on the phone, and they seemed to have a good handle on the specifics of North Carolina auditing, and as opposed to auditing in general, governmental auditing in general. They were very knowledgeable in answering Darlene's questions, and their references were all extremely pleased with Carter and Associates. So the audit committee is recommending to you Carter and Associates for our auditing of fiscal year 1920. So that's a year that will be ending in June 30. And the way that the audit contract is structured is it's binding for 1 year, but it's a 5-year proposal. So unless there were a desire to shift away from the contract, each year we would renew for 5 years. And this is the model that is set up at the local government commission, and we use their information and their structure as our model template for writing the RFP. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them.
Question?
Alex, did you say that each year thereafter it would be for another 5 years, or would be
No.
rescinded?
Their contracts are only binding for 1 year at a time. So it would be for the first year we would renew. For the second year, if we renewed again, then we would renew up to 5 years, and then we would have a new proposal at that point if we needed to. We do a new RFP at that point. Even if it was the same auditor, we would go out for another bid.
And would there be any financial penalty to us if after 1 year or 2 years or short of 5 years we said no, we want to change?
No, sir. You have 2 packets in front of you. I think one of yours is not bound because I had to make some copies. But in your packet, the packet that's related cost proposal or cost estimate shows the actual cost and the cost increases year over year in the proposal. But the only cost that is binding is in the first year. So there's no penalty for not renewing the contract within those 5 years.
Remind me, Alex, who all's on the audit committee?
Well, Commissioner Alexander and Commissioner Lentz are both on the audit committee. Philip Arnold, Hugh Alexander, and then staff support.
Okay.
And Commissioner Fouché, I'm sorry. I apologize. And Commissioner Fouché.
Instead of,
No, all 3 commissioners. Commissioner Fouché, Commissioner Lentz, and Commissioner Alexander.
okay. All right.
Alex, they have in there approximately $155 is kind of how they're basing their, is that typical of the hours that have been put in years past?
Our hours in the most recent year were above that. They were there was some back and forth. I'm not sure, actually, I take that back. I'm not sure that the total number of hours were above that, but the time period, the length of time for the audit took a little bit longer last year. One of the things that we were concerned with, and one of the things that we focused with in our reference checks, is whether or not the firms would charge us by the hour if we had questions, or whether or not they would answer the questions. And this firm, as opposed to the other firm that submitted audit proposals, were reported to not nickel and dime, that they were happy to answer questions, and that they were not somebody that would charge for every minute on the phone. So that was one of the things that we experienced towards the end of our experience with our previous auditor. And it's one of the things that the other auditing firm that bid to us, that their references said that they were kind of nickel and dimed for those extra questions. So we do think that this audit will take 155 hours. That is a kind of a standard number. We have had times in the recent years where it's gone above that. The last 2-year audits have been a lot more work than they had been in previous years. But we also hope that some of the work will be lessened this year because of some of the cleanup that we've done in the past few years. So we think that's a good number.
Any other questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to award bid for Town of Monterey audit for fiscal year 2019, 2020 to Carter PC and authorize the mayor to sign engagement letter.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Alice Lentz. Any further discussion or comments?
I would just like to commend Darlene and Alex for the work they did as far as that we met and then we had questions and they went to the sources and found out a lot of information that helped us make this decision.
Good, thank you, Jane. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried. Public hearing, we have any comments?
Let me check.
Do what?
Let me check.
Oh, okay.
No, sir.
Any public comment?
No, sir.
No hearing, no vote? This wasn't a hearing, was it?
No, sir.
That was an error.
Okay.
I'm slipping.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have two motions to adjourn. Do I have a second for those two motions?
Second.
And second. Discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye. We stand adjourned. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you all.